There's a reason some guys can talk to a woman for 5 minutes and create more spark than others do in 5 dates. It's not looks. It's not money. It's not even confidence. At least not the way most people think about it. It's a specific set of small moves that shift how she experiences you. Most guys never learn these because no one teaches them. They think flirting is about being funny or attractive or saying the right thing at the right time. It's not. It's about creating a feeling. Today I'm giving you 15 moves that do exactly that. These are beginner level, easy to use, and they work immediately. Let's get into it. 1. You compliment what she chose, not what she was born with. Telling her she has beautiful eyes is nice. It's also what every other guy says. But complimenting her taste, the earrings she picked, the way she ordered her drink, the book she's carrying, that's different. It says you're paying attention to who she is, not just how she looks. I like that choice. It's different than, you're pretty. One feels generic. The other feels like you actually see her. And that distinction? She notices it immediately. It tells her you're interested in her mind, not just her appearance. 2. You let the pause do the talking. Most guys rush to fill silence. The second there's a gap, they panic and start talking. Anything to avoid the awkwardness. But here's the thing. That silence isn't awkward for her. It's only awkward for you. When you let a pause sit for just 2 or 3 seconds, you signal that you're comfortable. You're not desperate to keep her attention. Try it after she says something interesting. Just hold her gaze, let the moment breathe, then respond. That pause says more about your confidence than any clever line ever could. And confidence is what separates flirting from just being friendly. 3. You disagree with her on purpose, then smile. Nice guys agree with everything. They nod along, validate every opinion, and never push back. It's boring. It's also transparent. She knows you're just trying to keep her happy. When you playfully disagree, no way, that's a terrible take. And then smile, you create tension. Good tension. You're showing her you have your own mind and you're not afraid to use it. You're not seeking her approval. Just make sure the smile lands so she knows it's playful. Disagreement plus warmth equals attraction. Disagreement plus coldness equals argument. If you're the type who's going to actually try one of these moves this week instead of just nodding along, prove it by commenting, testing right now. 4. You mirror her volume, not her words. Here's something subtle that changes everything. Match her energy level, not her vocabulary. If she's speaking softly, lower your voice to meet her. If she gets animated, let your energy rise too. This isn't about copying what she says. That's weird. It's about creating rhythmic compatibility. When your volume and pace match hers, the conversation starts to feel like a dance. She won't know why it feels so natural. She'll just know it does. And that feeling of natural flow is what makes someone want to keep talking to you. 5. You exit the conversation first. This one surprises everyone. Most guys hang around until she leaves or the conversation dies a slow death. But when you say, I should get back to my friends, but this was fun, and mean it, you flip the script entirely. Suddenly she's wondering why you left. Suddenly she wants more. Pay close attention here. You're not being rude or abrupt. You're leaving on a high note. Exit when it's good, not when it's exhausted. This single move creates more intrigue than an hour of trying to impress her. 6. You ask the second question. She tells you she's a teacher. Most guys say, oh cool, that must be rewarding. Dead end. But when you ask the second question, what made you choose that? You signal genuine curiosity. The second question is where real conversation begins. It's where she stops giving surface answers and starts actually talking. Anyone can ask what someone does. The guy who asks why they do it is the one she remembers. This next one is even more subtle but just as powerful. 7. You touch your own face when she's talking. This sounds strange, but it works. Lightly touching your chin or jaw while she's speaking subconsciously draws her attention to your face. It also signals that you're engaged, thoughtful, listening deeply. It's a subtle form of body language that creates focus and presence. Don't overdo it, or it looks nervous. But a brief chin touch while she's telling a story, it pulls her in without either of you realizing why. Small physical cues like this communicate more than words ever could. 8. You speak slower when it matters. When you're making a point that matters, a genuine compliment, an honest observation, a moment of connection, slow down. Drop your pace by about 30%. Fast talking signals nervousness or that you're trying too hard. Slower speech signals certainty and weight. It tells her this moment matters to you. You're not rushing through it because you're anxious. You're letting it land. Practice this once, and you'll feel the difference immediately in how she receives what you're saying. 9. You reference something from earlier like it's an inside joke. 20 minutes into the conversation, you call back to something she said at the start. Wait, is this like your thing with terrible coffee? Suddenly you have shared history. You have an inside joke that belongs only to the two of you. You're no longer two strangers making small talk. You're two people with a private reference. This simple move creates intimacy fast. It tells her you are actually listening and that the conversation has continuity. Most guys don't do this. That's exactly why you should. 10. You give her a nickname before she earns it. Call her Trouble after she says something mildly mischievous. Call her the expert when she gives a confident opinion on something. These playful labels create a dynamic between you. You're not just talking to her, you're characterizing her, creating a little world where you two have roles. It's flirty, it's fun, and it establishes that you're someone who plays. Keep it light and warm. The nickname should make her laugh, not cringe. When she starts responding to it, that's when you know it landed. 11. You let her catch you looking. Once. Here's where most guys get it wrong. They either avoid eye contact entirely or stare like they're trying to memorize her face. The move is controlled attention. Let her catch you looking once, hold for 1 second, then look away with a slight smile. Not embarrassed, not predatory, just appreciative and unbothered. This single moment creates more charge than 20 compliments. It says you find her attractive and you're not ashamed of it. Once is intriguing. Twice starts to feel like pressure. 12. You sit beside her instead of across. Across the table is an interview. Beside her is a conversation. When you position yourself at her side, at a bar, on a bench, at a party, you're in her space without confronting her directly. It's more intimate and less interrogation. You can lean in, lower your voice, share observations about the room together. Everything about the interaction changes when you're looking at the world from the same angle. The geometry matters more than you think. 13. You say less than she expects. She asks what you do. Instead of a 5-minute explanation designed to impress her, you say, "I'm in finance." Boring stuff. And then you redirect back to her. When you don't over-explain, you create mystery. You also signal that you don't need to impress her with credentials or accomplishments. Less information makes her curious. More information makes her feel like she's reading a resume. Keep your answers slightly shorter than expected and watch her lean in wanting to know more. 14. You treat the small moment like it's the main event. She's telling you about her weekend plans. Nothing important, just errands and maybe brunch with a friend. But you treat it like it matters. You ask where she's going for brunch. You react when she mentions her favorite spot. You remember that she mentioned she loves that neighborhood. Most guys are waiting for something interesting to happen so they can react. You make the ordinary feel seen. This is the difference between someone who's present and someone who's performing. She'll feel it even if she can't name it. 15. You end with a statement, not a question. Don't end with, "So, can I get your number maybe?" End with, "I'd like to see you again." One is asking for permission. The other is stating intent clearly and directly. Questions give her the power to reject. Statements give her the option to agree. It's a small shift in language that signals big confidence. Say what you want directly without hedging or softening. She'll respect you more for it, even if the answer is no. And honestly, the answer is usually yes when everything before it landed right. Those are 15 moves that separate you from every other nice guy she's ever met. None of them are complicated. All of them work. Start using even 3 or 4 of these and you'll notice the difference immediately. Not just in how she responds, but in how you feel walking into the conversation. You're not guessing anymore. You're playing with intention. But here's something worth knowing. Some of these moves will land harder than you expect. Not because of what you did, but because of what she already sees when she looks at you. Most guys have no idea how women are actually perceiving them. They assume they're average, invisible, forgettable. But attraction doesn't always announce itself obviously. Sometimes it's already there. You're just missing the signs. The next video breaks down exactly what those signs look like. 30 specific ways women signal they find you attractive, even when they never say a word about it.